I damn near fell out of my chair when I read in a local daily that the NDF had purchased a lodge to the tune of 45 million Namibian dollars, when just in January it was reported that they sent thousands of soldiers home because they didn't have the resources to feed and accommodate them. And then to read that the commander-in-chief, the president of the country, and the finance minister, Kalesh Letwine, were unaware of this purchase. Hi, bull. I have long lamented the very large budget allocated to defense announced by our finance minister, Kalesh Letwine, during the budget speech every year. I mean, last year alone, they were allocated 6 billion Namibian dollars, which leaves me wondering, who runs this country actually? I have made numerous requests to the NDF to get any kind of info, from taking pictures outside their offices, spending a day with their soldiers, to interview requests with the top brass at the ministry, and it's just been a skit doof. I felt compelled to request an interview with the minister after it was reported that he was slaying at a local hotel on the taxpayer's bill at about $100,000 a month. He was just living it up in there, and my request fell upon deaf ears. I tried again after the budget allocation to the ministry was announced, and again, crickets. This year, however, when I requested an interview on the forced vacation soldiers were to take, I was at least vehemently informed that there would be no interview and that the press statement issued at the time would have to suffice. I sent an email to then Minister of Information, Chikera Twea's office, but that was just before the cabinet reshuffle, so. Crickets. So I reached out to the new Minister of Information, ex-Director General of the NBC, Stanley Simata, and he told me to go and ask the PS or the Minister of Defense, so. Crickets. The PDM Treasurer General, Nico Smit, was, like most of us in these tough economic times, just perplexed by these reports and issued a statement this week.
What does the army want to do with a lodge? Their responsibility is to guard this country against aggression, foreign aggression. You know, they are soldiers. They are trained to fight a war, to defend this country. They are not like the minister of the NDF is saying. You know, I couldn't believe it when he said, no, to train them in nature conservation. Since when is a soldier responsible for nature conservation? 2 weeks ago, the government announced that thousands of soldiers must stay home. They must not come back to their bases. They must stay home because there is no money to buy food for them. Did they buy a lodge to make it a $45 million shooting range? You know, is that what we have to pay for their shooting range? But, you know, everybody knows me, knows my background. I'm coming from the previous dispensation. During that time, the South African Defence Force was doing exactly the same, buying up luxury holiday resorts for the top brass of the army and the political elite to go and have a nice time. They have learned very well from South Africa Defence Force, very well. They are doing exactly the same. What need is there for them to buy a lodge, other than if they want to go into business? And also that lodge, people who went there, you know, to look at the lodge there, some time back, said that place is totally dilapidated. They said it will cost millions to renovate it. So it's not only the 45, we might spend another 10 million to renovate it, you know, to do what with? And really, I think if the president is serious, if he wants us to take him serious with this year of reckoning, he must call them to order. He must cancel this sale and stop it. And let's rather use that money where it's really needed, and not. This is a total waste, and we will not accept it. Really, this is not fair.